Welcome back. We're reading Psalm 127 today. I'm reading from the New Revised Standard Version. I'll give you just a minute to find it in your Bible. Unless the Lord builds the house, those who build it labor in vain. Unless the Lord guards the city, the guard keeps watch in vain. It is in vain that you rise up early and go late to rest, eating the bread of anxious toil, for he gives sleep to his beloved. Sons are indeed a heritage from the Lord, the fruit of the womb a reward. Like arrows in the hand of a warrior are the sons of one's youth. Happy is the man who has his quiver full of them. He shall not be put to shame when he speaks with his enemies in the gate. This psalm reminds me to be thankful for our blessings, whatever they are. I read it not as saying that sons are better than daughters, or a house is better than an RV or a tent, or the city is better than the countryside, or sleeping is better than being awake, although those are all things that are mentioned in the psalm. Instead, I read it as one person telling the things that they have experienced or that they value, and thanking God for them, and then pointing out that wherever we find ourselves and whatever our situation, putting God first in all of it is the most important of all. And so if you have a house, make sure it's the Lord who builds the house. And if you live in a city, make sure to ask God's protection over it. And if you get up early and go to bed late, make sure your trust is in the Lord, and your bread will have the sweet taste of God's blessing, and your sleep will be the deep sleep of those who have put it all in God's hands. And if you have sons or if you have daughters, remember that they're blessings from God as a quiver of arrows is to an archer. And if your experience is otherwise, the advice is still the same. Keep God at the forefront, and whatever there is to be thankful for, give thanks. So what are you thankful for today? Even in the midst of limits on gatherings and hurried mask-covered trips to the store, even in the midst of illness and unemployment, this psalm asks us to look deep and find what it is that we're thankful for and give thanks. And to make sure that whatever we do have to be thankful for, that we remember that it's all from God, and that we keep God at the forefront of our hearts and minds always. We'll see you tomorrow for Psalm 128.